Numbers chapter 19. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, This is a distinction of the law, as many things as the Lord ordered, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel. And let them take to you an unblemished reddish heifer, which has not a blemish on it, and which a yoke was not put upon it. And you shall give it to Eleazar the priest, and they shall lead it outside the camp, and shall slay her before him. And Eleazar shall take of her blood, and shall sprinkle before the front of the tent of the testimony of her blood 7 times. And you shall incinerate her before him, and her skin, and her meats, and her blood with her dung shall be incinerated. And the priest shall take wood of cedar, and hyssop, and scarlet, and put it in the midst of the burning of the heifer. And the priest shall wash his garments, and bathe his body in water, and after these things shall enter into the camp. And the priest shall be unclean until evening. And the one incinerating her shall wash his garments in water, and shall bathe his body in water, and shall be unclean until evening. And a clean man shall gather together the ashes of the heifer, and shall put them aside outside the camp in a clean place. And it shall be for the congregation of the sons of Israel for preservation. It is a purification water of sprinkling. And the one gathering the ashes of the heifer shall wash his garments, and will be unclean until evening. And it will be to the sons of Israel, and to the foreigners lying nearby in the midst of you, an eternal law. The one touching any departed soul of a man, having died, will be unclean 7 days. This one shall be purified on the 3rd day, and the 7th day, and he will be clean. But if he should not be purified on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, he will not be clean. Everyone touching of the one having died of the departed soul of a man, if he should die, and the other should not have been purified, the tent of the Lord is defiled, and that soul shall be obliterated from Israel, for water of sprinkling was not sprinkled about upon him. He is unclean. His uncleanness is still with him. And this is the law. A man, if he should die in a house, every one entering into the house, and as many as are in the house, will be unclean 7 days. And every item being open, as many as have not been bound with a bond upon it, is unclean. And all whoever should touch upon the face of the plain of the one slain, or of a dead corpse, or of a bone of mankind or tomb, 7 days he will be unclean. And they shall take for the unclean some of the ashes of the thing having been incinerated for the purification, and shall pour out upon it living water into a utensil. And a clean man shall take hyssop, and shall dip it into the water, and sprinkle about upon the house, and upon the utensils, and upon the souls, as many as might be there, and upon the one touching the bone of mankind, or of the slain, or of the one having died, or of the tomb. And the clean man shall sprinkle about upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And he shall be purified on the 7th day, and he shall wash his garments, and shall bathe in water, and he will be unclean until evening. And a man whoever should be defiled, and shall not be purified, that soul shall be utterly destroyed from out of the midst of the congregation. For he defiled the holy things of the Lord, for the water of sprinkling was not sprinkled about upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be to you an eternal law. And the one sprinkling about the water of sprinkling shall wash his garments. and the one touching the water of sprinkling will be unclean until evening. And anything whatever should be touched by him, the one being unclean, shall be unclean until evening.